Hi guys, how are you? So I do have a few things I want to touch on. The first thing I want to touch on is we don't have any excuses. We are experiencing a very crummy, kind of gloomy, sad, heavy, dark day, and it's been wet all day. And I'm still out here in nature. I am grounding, I am cleansing, I am meditating and journaling and thinking about all of you. And we're experiencing change right now, whether we like it or not, right? Things are coming at us that need change or that need to be addressed or that need some form of cleansing or renewal. And it can be a number of things. It could be your relationship, your home environment, your work environment, maybe friendships, like people that are in your life, those relationships that kind of keep coming back to you, that you maybe thought you were done with, or something's popping up out of the blue. Things are going to come up. And like I had said before, what matters is how we address these things, how we manage these things, how we deal with it, right? Because it's kind of uncomfortable for things to come up, and it's kind of uncomfortable to have to be the person to say, I'm kind of through with this, or I'm done, or this is my limit, this is how much I can handle, or no, I don't really feel like doing A, B, C, D right now. I want to just, do whatever it is that you want to do. And in that way, we're all getting signs, right? We're all being guided to do this kind of cleansing, to do this kind of release. And yes, absolutely, clear out your home. It's a great place to start. Do some deep cleaning, throw things out, declutter the crap out of your house, right? Declutter your life, because that's what this whole thing is about. But don't focus only on decluttering your exterior. Also declutter yourself in here, where it matters. Declutter your mind and declutter your heart. Make sure that you're working through everything, right? And just see, are you holding on to things that you don't need anymore? Are you holding on to ideas or a state of consciousness or a way of thinking or a way of being that no longer serves you, that isn't helping you anymore because you've changed, right? And when you change, in order to continue to change, you have to let things go, things that were there before that you don't need anymore. And it's not easy. In fact, it's quite difficult sometimes, especially when we find resistance or we have an attachment to the things that we're trying to let go. But there's some sort of emotional attachment, or there's some sort of mental attachment, or it's attached to a person that's no longer in our lives, but that's why we act in this way or do this particular thing in a certain way, or maybe this is why we don't do something. It's important to release these things. Allow yourself to do it. You don't have to feel guilty or ashamed or any sort of remorse that you don't need something anymore, because it means that you're that much stronger now, that you don't need it, that you found something better, something bigger, something brighter than you, and you want to let it in. Now, life is funny this way, because when we are receiving this guidance, a lot of times it comes at us so much, like kind of the guidance comes at us back to back to back to back to back. And what happens when the guidance comes at us back to back to back? Sometimes we kind of don't even see it, and it just comes to us and we're just not seeing the signs, right? When these things happen, it's almost like the sign is too obvious, right? And it makes you uncomfortable. A lot of the times you get uncomfortable because this thing keeps showing up. These things keep showing up, these keep showing up. And the thing is, the things that continually show up, you have to address these things. They're being brought up for a reason, right? So address the changes, address the things that are being brought up that are uncomfortable, and feel it out. Is it uncomfortable? Why is it uncomfortable? What do you want to do about it? What do you need to do about it? Who do you need to help you do something about it, right? Because some things, it's okay. We can't do it all ourselves. We're just human. And some things are just more fun to do in a group, right? And I feel that that's very important. Don't just declutter the exterior, declutter the interior, right? Memories, heartaches, let it all go. You know, it doesn't need to be there now. It doesn't have to be here anymore. It doesn't have to be a part of who you are or what you do or who you are becoming. In fact, you can let it go and release it. And then become who you're becoming, and then get to where you're going with no baggage, right? And I feel that that's a very important message, definitely. Now, the other thing that you want to focus on is pay attention to yourself, your signs, right? Some of us are seeing butterflies everywhere, and that is absolutely divine and glorious and gorgeous, and it means what it means to you. Other people are seeing flowers of a specific color everywhere they go, and others are seeing birds of a specific color everywhere they go. So each of our signs is unique to us, because intuition uses what we know. Pay attention to your signs. You're being guided somewhere divine and beautiful. And no matter where you go or where this takes you, it's for you. September is still going to be turbulent. I want you to know that, because having that knowledge allows us to prepare for what is coming. Right now, we're experiencing change in all shapes and forms. Change in our lives, in our families, in work, and who we are becoming, and who we are now, and who we want to be in the future. So there's a shift, and it involves letting things go. As hard as that is, it's also super beautiful. So my advice is have fun with it. Absolutely have fun with it, right? It doesn't have to be so serious. It doesn't have to be this big, bad, hard, difficult, terrible thing to go through or do. It can in fact be really fun, right? Get some gal pals, people that are on your frequency, in your vibration, and kind of do it together. Do a deep cleansing, do some meditation, do some yoga, do some journaling, whatever floats your boat, but get cleared in here, in the vessel, right? Eat better, eat cleaner. You know, if you're a meat eater, you're a meat eater, but you don't have to put thousands of things on your meat. You can put a few things, what you need to add the flavor and all that. You don't have to fry everything. And like I said, declutter your interior. That's going to be a huge, huge part of what is needed for this month. And I am wishing you all the best, wishing you all luck in your endeavors. And let me know how it works out for you. Let me know what happens. Let me know how you feel, right? Because this is about feeling things through, feeling it out, living from here, from your heart space. So let's find out. How do you feel after you have cleansed yourself internally, mind, body, and soul? Do you feel better connected, grounded? Maybe you feel aligned. Maybe you figure something out that you weren't understanding it before. Maybe there's a new understanding, a new perception now that you have decluttered. And for those of you into tarot, draw a card, do a reading, right? It is a mirror to your soul. All it tells you is what you don't really want to hear, and makes you deal with it, right, in a more visual way, so it registers. And that's fine. There's kids on the scooter. Sorry about that. But yeah, why not? Why not have a little bit of fun doing all of this, right? And if your friends want to get on this vibe and do some deep cleaning, maybe you can give them a reading, right? We all have to help each other out, because it can be very difficult for some of us. It's going to be a lot harder than for others, and I am sorry about that, but this is what we're going through on a planetary stage.